All right, so let's continue. Today is January 7th, 2026. It is 2:34 a.m. All right, so let's just finish the recording. All right, I have about 2, 4, 5 tweets. This is one of 5. But that's when I realized that actually our mere existence outside of the institutional control was more of a threat, Prince Harry. So let's listen to this. 35 seconds.
We hit on a really important point, which is we were forced to leave. We left in 2020. We moved out, we fled my home country. We moved to California. And for 12 months during lockdown, where we said literally nothing, it was relentless. And that was a real eye-opener for me. I never thought that we'd be away from it completely, but I did think that we would get some form of peace. But that's when I realized that actually our mere existence outside of that institutional control was more of a threat. And, you know, there's a similar thing that happened to my mum as well. And we hit on a really important...
Okay, so this is why I'm always putting that screenshot. I need to record this by itself. So I have it when I need receipt. When people were saying that Harry left, and I was like, no, it's William who kicked him out. It was said and court document and his book Spare and all of that. There he is saying here, he was forced to leave. And then in the Oprah interview, Harry and Meghan also said they wanted to stay.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
as much respect.
With as much
and,
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
Okay, so there Harry here saying he was forced to leave.
We hit on a really important point, which is we were forced to leave.
Right there.
We left in 2020.
They were forced to leave. Okay, their whole thing was to do 50-50. But they didn't want that. They want either you in or you out. And the palace or William, whoever wrote that thing, okay, they put it in writing and said all out. And that's when the printer thing came in, when Harry wanted it to be changed. And Harry was like, wait a second. You already have the final say and it's definite and you waste my time. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what you pretty much say in Spare.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
All right, so very true. Harry is just like his mother, loving and caring and rare. There's the heart here and Joe, inspiration to all those who need to escape. All right, so I need to record this by itself. Next tweet. Okay, this is making reference to Harry's security. Please remember that royal reporters lie, mislead the public. They are client reporters for the royal family. Remember when Prince Harry, Meghan, and informed supporters were gaslit, misled, and lied to by the client royal reporters like Royal Nika, Kate Menzies, that Prince Harry was the Lulu and Prince King Charles had no influence on security for him, Meghan, Prince Archie, and Princess Elizabeth. Meanwhile, it's being revealed that Charles did and still does have influence on Harry, Meghan, and Prince Archie and Princess Elizabeth getting security. This was done both to protect Charles' image as a cool father, father-in-law, and grandfather, as well as to smear Harry. I hope these spin doctor clients reporters are not allowed anywhere near Invictus or Harry and Meghan. This is from July 2024. Okay, so she put the dates under both headlines. A member of the king's staff does sit on Warwick, but the king does not have the power to bestow police protection. Okay, this is when Harry went on in court and he revealed that he was surprised to see people who work in the palace also work on Warwick. Another thing as well, there are things, yes, they could say that Charles have no say in it, but Charles made a lot of changes in the background. Removed the Queen's private secretary, inserting, he did a lot of things in the background. Alright? You think these people will not do things in accordance to what Charles says? Please. According to sources, okay, so that was back in 2024. Now, this is this year, 2026. According to sources, risk management board members have now decided that the Duke does meet the threshold for protection, leaving Warwick with little choice but to approve his request, a source said on Sunday. The only thing that could scupper his approval now will be an intervention from the palace. Alright, so who's in charge of the palace? Okay, who's the king? Who's the monarch? Alright, so she retweeted that Warwick's handling of Prince Harry's case reflects palace power under King Charles. Alright, phew, the receipt. Yep. Okay, I will only take notice if it actually comes from an official spokesperson of the Sussex or from the so-called British government. One of the things we should all know by now is the so-called Britain media and some others are not to be trusted. Yeah, it could be, fluff pieces, but sometimes there are some minor truths to it. Cruel father exists in every walk of life. This day, family are no better. My opinion view, it's kind of weird, odd. King Charles, who's supposedly the boss as higher up of palace and staff, these staffs get hired to work for the institution and palaces while they're working as Warwick. That's why Harry was kind of surprised. That family lies, taxi British media lies, data doesn't lie, security is not a perk. Intelligent people knew. If the king has no say on Warwick's decision, then none of his staff should be on that committee. That's right. If something happened to Harry or any of his family, that staff member should be held responsible. Just look at the screen. There's something I have. All this is due to because Harry's calling the papers to court, and there's some issues with somebody's name Harry put on court document, and they didn't want Harry to do that, and Harry ended up doing it anyway. So they are upset about that. Okay, next week. Throwback to this iconic moment at Euro 2020 when Italy won and Italian fans showed their love and support for Meghan. Yeah, I remember that. And then, after Italy won, the mess that went on the street, there was this guy literally naked. When I say naked, yes. Baby, brand new, you know when you come from the womb, just like that, in the middle of the street. Obviously, I can't share that. All right, yep, I still remember that summer. I was tweeting both of these pics at every opportunity I got to wind up the UK fans. All right, so that we got. Is that the same guy here? Here, sort of look like him, but in here he has long hair, short hair. Okay, so let's leave that alone. Next tweet, I have 2 more left. I will do another video, but it will be for PYTE. Every time I come across this, I nod in agreement, LOL. If Meghan Markle did bully the royal family, I will only like and support her more. That was back in 2021. So the bullying allegation never made public. That's because it didn't go, the result or the finding didn't go in accordance to their narrative. So they kept it private. But one thing I keep on saying, every time I get a chance to, is that the bullying, Meghan should make the finding about the bullying allegation made public so people will know. And if there's some false to it, for her to fix it. Because this is her time, she's alive, she could correct the bullying allegation. Because you know how the UK is, they love to revisit history and turn their narrative to whatever the trend is in the moment. To all hypocrite derangers landing on this post, just a gentle reminder, once you show us how irrelevant Meghan is, you stop getting your feeling hurt, your choice. Okay, so that's a video. Oh no, that's something else. It's too funny. That's an ad. Let's go to the next one. This is a TikTok video, I think. And I have one more after that. And that'll be it. All right, let's listen to this. Hey, yeah. Take a listen. Yes, Spare and Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary are also my source of truth for Harry and Meghan's life. There's all those hashtags. Alright, so this is 1 minute and 32 seconds screenshot.
Spare is my source of truth for anything Harry related. I will not be thinking about and taking the truth from the tabloids because they did not live Harry's life. Harry lived Harry's life. And the reason he wrote that book was to refute and dispute anything in the tabloids over his entire life, the past 40 years. And why would we trust the tabloids to know what Harry was feeling more than Harry himself? That's the entire point. Harry was trying to tell you how he felt growing up in this family. And I trust Harry's own version of events more than I trust the tabloids, who, as we still know, lie and gather their sources and information in the wrong ways. They are not reliable and trustworthy sources. And the reason is this: you are able to verify the timeline of his book because his writer, his ghostwriter or his credited writer, either way, actually did that due diligence of matching up Harry's timeline with everything we know from the tabloids and from the press and from our own eyes. Harry's book, Spare, is my...
Okay, it's playing over. Yeah, she's right. And the Oprah interview as well. The Oprah interview, Spare, and the docuseries. They literally told us what was going on based on their perspective. But the tabloid wants you to throw all of that away and listen to the tabloid. Don't listen to Harry and Meghan. It's crazy. There's that. There's the clap. Let's pause this. Why would we believe anything Harry and Meghan said? Book literally with inaccuracies. Oprah interview. And we got married 3 days before was other... Look at it. She blacked her thing. They know what they did. Okay? They did their own ceremony themselves. So you're telling me no, just because the priest who's of the institution, you think they will... it's just unbelievable. Where is that priest now? Then he has... what's his name? He has some issue now. He's not even in that position anymore. Okay? So she removed that, her comment. You can't really comment on that. What's the name of... Okay, let me go look at it. This is what I wrote. Name of the white priest who married Harry and Meghan. Because there were two. I said white. I literally... Is Bishop... No. What's his name? He has some issues. He's not in the position again. Okay. Maybe Bishop? Maybe that's what I should do. Bishop. Let me pause. Right? Is a bishop. Why they keep on putting... Oh my God. Let's see images. See, this one I'm trying to look for, but they keep on giving me this. Is this one I want? What's his name? Okay, Royal Wedding, Redemption, Power. let me, until I find his name, I can't remember. Bishop Canterbury. Okay, let's see. I should have put Archbishop. All right, let me copy this. Let's go back. I want YouTube to give me name. Yeah, I know the name now. Okay, so now they put his name. The Archbishop of Canterbury, who officiated the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Justin Welby. So that's his name here, Justin Welby. And when I first came across him, I did look in his background. And I was like, because before he became a priest, he was into oil business and all of that. And I'm like, go to some of my old videos, probably on PYTE. And I was like, how did he come from this to that all of a sudden? From an oil business, I think in France or something like that. Okay. What was Justin Welby? What is it? Job before he became Archbishop, right? Okay, before becoming Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby worked for 11 years in the oil industry. 11 years. And I'm like, how does, I can't even think of the word, the switch from that to being a bishop. Rising to treasury at Enterprise Oil before leaving in 1989 to train for the priesthood. He worked for a French oil company, and I think that company had some issues as well. Okay, our enterprise specializes in corporate finance and ethics experience he later drew on his theoretical work on banking and sin. All right, so let's look at this now. These are things I've already looked at. It's some form of my old videos. Okay, French oil company. There were some issues. Okay. What were some with the French oil company? Okay, let's see what they say here. Okay, the main issues with Elf Aquitaine involve massive systemic corruption. Okay, I told you, I looked it up already, and I was like, it just blew my mind. How could you come from this and all of us into a priest, archbishop of all things? Okay, massive systemic corruption, including executive embezzlement, billions to secret slush funds for bribes, kickbacks, okay, financing political campaign, enriching themselves and using company resources for personal luxury, leading to major trials and political scandals. And French Enterprise Oil, a separate UK company, faced issues related to industry-wide cost pressure, but its key interaction with ELF centered on joint venture and market dynamics, with ELF eventually selling its stakes in Enterprise. It's a whole bunch of mess he came from, and then all of a sudden to become a priest? Give me a freaking break. Now back to this. I'm sorry, I told you I did look it up, and I find all this mess from him, and it just blew my mind. I just can't put one and one together. And then even still, when he was Archbishop, he was advocating for Prince Andrew. Okay, the same group of people, they put themselves in every freaking corners to protect each other. All right, what was his name again? Archbishop of Canterbury. Okay, wait, I want to make sure. Justin Welby. Okay, this is what I wrote. Did Archbishop of Canterbury Justin Welby defended Prince Andrew? Yes. Okay, that's the answer. Yes. Archbishop Justin Welby appeared to defend Prince Andrew in 2022 by saying he was seeking to make amends. Okay, this is somebody, you guys should know the story of Prince Andrew. All right? So now back to this. Now, this is all the mess behind Archbishop of Canterbury. Who would you believe? Okay? Who would you believe? You know what? I'm gonna take a screenshot and all those Google search that I just did, I'm gonna put it. Let me retweet and I'll show you. Okay, so this is what I wrote here. I took the screenshot of the tweet, okay, and I circle each of the things that, you know, where you could respond, retweet, and like. She blacked everything, okay? I'm talking about this. This person blacked all possible interaction. I take Harry and Meghan's word more than Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, who knew the truth but didn't back them up. Okay. Archbishop of Canterbury history. There's all of that. I could only put 4, so that's the thing which I'm making reference to, and some of the thing that I highlighted. Yes, Archbishop Justin Welby appeared to defend Prince Andrew. There's all of that. Okay, and there's other things. Let me just send it. If I put it here, it will be shown much better. There's all of this. You could pause and read. These are some of the things I've already read when I was searching for it. All right, before he became Archbishop, and this is what he was doing, his career path. There's all of that. And then based on this, the Enterprise Oil Company, there's that. Massive corruption, lavish personal spending, illegal funding. That's his background. He worked for that company. And then all of a sudden become a priest and went all of this. So he probably was doing some favors. He even tried to, I don't know, make excuses for Prince Andrew. Oh my God. Okay, so that's that. Did we listen to this? It's 27 seconds. There'll be screenshot.
You know, 3 days before our wedding, we got married. No one knows that, but we called the Archbishop and we just said, look, this thing, this spectacle is for the world, but we want our union between us. So like the vows that we have framed in our room are just the 2 of us in our backyard with the Archbishop of Canterbury, and that was the piece that... Just the 3 of us. Just the 3 of us.
They told their truth. Why would they lie about this? Nobody asked them. They wanted us to know about it. But just because someone like him, the priest, the Archbishop, then back them up, and you know, there's that. You make what you wish with that. But I'll take Harry and Meghan's word for it. This is my last one, I think. Copy. Right? Yeah, so that's the last one. Okay, what is this? Yes, there's the laugh here. Is it true? 20 seconds. I forgot what this is about.
Oh my God, is it true? Did Venezuela just say that a group of pedophiles kidnapped their president? Is that true? Because I'm dying here.
Okay, they are pedophiles. They did all of this thing. I mean, I don't want to go too deep into this. I'm sorry to say this, in my humble opinion, that Venezuela president is part of it, okay? He is part of that scheme that they're gonna do. And once, in my humble opinion, I feel like they remove him and then they're gonna destroy the country to get the oil. But I don't know. I saw the beginning of this. Now we are in the middle of it. We're gonna see how it ends sooner or later. All right, so let me leave that alone. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna do another video. It will be for PYTE. I haven't posted anything there quite some time. So the next tweet that I'm gonna do, it will be this for PYTE. All right, we're gonna start with that. Thank you for watching.
Lavanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.